Alright, yes, shalom to all Yakim. Yellowstone, 3.5 million park visitors per year. Yeah, and they're visiting these safari places, trek places, you know, and the bears ain't having it anymore. The bears are getting tired and fed up of seeing you black people, which you're not white. To the animals, you're black. They see black darkness, they see wickedness, they see vulgarity. That's how the animals see you. So I want to give all praises to Yahweh Hashem Yoshai. This is the second part of the video. Double honors to all the elders and the apostles. Salutation to the Akim, the Afwakim, and the Wafbanyam that are in order. Shout out to the house of David. We're going to finish off reading Genesis 18:19. It says, "For I know him that he will command his children and his household after him, and they shall keep the way of the Lord to do justice and judgment." That's what we're going to be doing in our kingdom. The animals ain't going to be vexed up, angry. They ain't going to be wanting to attack like they're attacking you, Goyim, you nations, you Goyim, you lowly nations, you wicked Adawam, and all the offspring of the Goyim and the Adawam. He's attacking the lions and tigers and bears. Oh my, they're getting fed up with you, and that's why they're attacking. And that's why there's a massive increase of attacks wherever they get the chance. The animals, the lions and tigers and the bears, oh my, they're attacking and they're fighting back. They don't want to be locked up and cooped up in zoos, you know, and they don't really want to be visited in these safari parks either. They don't want to be visited. They don't want to see you on the earth anymore. That's why the lockdown, when they saw the back of you Edomites and all you Goyim staying in your house, they came and they wanted to stretch themselves around. They went into the parks. They went all over the earth where they saw that the Edomites wasn't there. They went and they stretched their legs, man. The horses, the goats, the sheep, the alligators, the fish of the sea wanted to swim around and just be free from the boats and all the pollution. So they're going to be glad to see the back of you, and they can't wait till they can be set free out of the zoos. And that time is coming as well. That time gonna come when Yahshua, when we start to take our kingdom, we're gonna let them out, and they're gonna come out. As a matter of fact, some of them are already getting out. There's that guy. Let me go to it. This guy here, man. This fool here, he died. Roy Horn. How did he die? He died of COVID-19, they say. He died of COVID-19. Roy Horn. Go to images. Yeah, he can't. He can no longer communicate properly because he was well known for having a show out on Vegas, entertaining people, really doing stupidness with the tigers. And around 2003, one of the tigers attacked him, got frustrated with him. He had the mic and he tell the tiger to say hello in the mic. The tiger just bit his hand, man. You know, and he was so probably there was more attacks as well. That's why you see him there in a wheelchair. But he didn't die of attacks. He died of COVID-19, which was the judgment of the Most High. But he's well known. He's well known for doing these circus tricks and circus acts, messing around with tigers. So he got his judgment. He died. He recently died. See, when did this fool die? Yeah, he died at the age of 75. Just recently died. In this year, I think it was last month he died. So yeah, the tigers attacked him. It probably was more than once, but you didn't hear about all the other times, man. So Mosai said, right, I don't want you messing around with the animals anymore. Judged his ass. You know, and that guy died here recently of a lion attack. Well, we're going to finish off reading the scriptures. Yeah, because the other day I just got up and I just said, let me put up some curses in the atmosphere, send out some vibrations out in the atmosphere. And I've been putting up the videos on the chariots. Chariots have been going over the house, man. The chariot, which I know these judgments, the angels, the UFOs, the so-called UFOs, the chariots, the unidentified aerial phenomenon, they're doing their thing. When it's a clear sky, you can see them, and they come over the yard and they beam up, and which I put out videos about the chariots over the house. And this one was literally beaming up the house, and it went past. I was putting up curses, it went past, and boy, and I tell you, they're letting me know, man, that we're getting busy. You know, all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahshua. Just said Brakatah Hawa, Brakatah Hawa Shai, Brakatah Hawa. So yeah, and they encouraged me to carry on praying, and they encouraged me to keep on saying the prayers in the Hebrew, the Lashawan Kodash, the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. When I do that, I sometimes see them going over, beaming up, and that's encouraging, you know, to the spirit. Like one of the videos I put up, seeing these UFOs stroke chariots, angels, is pure joy to the spirit, you know, and that's what they do. They lift our spirits. So I'm going to continue to put up them curses on the Goyim and the Adawam and all the wicked that are doing wickedness in the earth, sending out those vibrations. And the Most High is doing it via the angels. All praises to Yahweh Hashem Yoshai. Yeah. And I believe that is part of my lot to do that. So we're doing our thing on the right hand side. Esau's doing his wickedness on the left hand side. Right? So I looked up the word saints. We're going to go to another precept. So we are the saints in the earth. We're going to be rewarded. Let's go to this precept in Job 5:20. It says, in famine ye shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. This is all talking to the elect, which we know they are the saints, which describes what we looked at as very virtuous people, saintly people, patient people, humble people. And that's Yashua Allah, so-called black people. We're the saints. The Goyim and the Adawam, they're the wicked on the earth, doing wickedness. That's why they're being judged via the angels, via their so-called UFOs. Yeah, they're being judged via the Most High is sending his bears, his lions and tigers. Lions and tigers and bears, oh my. Yahweh Yahushua is sending them at them. Whether they're in the zoo, wherever. You know, because they want to be set free. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge. This is Job 5:21. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. Right, why is that? For thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field and the beasts of the field. Thou shalt be at peace with thee. Right. So that's what we're going to be doing in our kingdom for sure, but even on this side. Yeah, when that time come, when the Most High starts to release Bahamut in Job, it talks about, and Leviathan, the two fearsome beasts, giant beasts. What does it say there? For thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field and the beasts of the field. We're going to be in league with them. The saints, the elite, the elect. We're going to be at peace with them. And we're going to be able to communicate with them like I did in one of my previous videos, which is entitled Beware of the Angels of Death. That was the title of that video I did. Beware of the Angels of Death. And I was talking about how we're going to have the Midas touch. We're going to be able to communicate with the beasts of the field. Yeah. And thou shalt know that they tabernacle shall be in peace, and thou shalt visit thy habitations, and thou shalt not sin. Right. Thou shalt know also that thy seed shall be great, and thine offspring as the grass of the earth. Right. That's what the precept we looked at in Genesis 18, and we read down. It says that we're going to be blessed. Abraham's seed are going to be like the sands of the sea, and we're going to be bringing on justice and judgment in the earth. Yes. So we're going to be blessed, man. We're going to be able to communicate with the wild beasts. Later on in this side, for sure, when things really start to get, when Jacob's trouble really starts to pick up, the beast now, it talks about we might even go to that scripture there, you know. I think it's Amos. We go to it, Amos 5. And Amos 5 and 18 says, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord, to what end is it for you? To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. For all you that are desiring, saying, we want the day of the Lord to come in that Christian church, it's not going to be what you think, some white Edomite looking man walking the earth, you know, walking around the earth, and you know, that with that peaceful feminine images that we've been brought up in the church to look at, thinking that Yahushua, which they call Jesus, was a white man. And it says, and it's saying to you, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord, because when he comes back, you ain't gonna like what you see, you wicked. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. When you wicked in that Christian church see that it's a black man that is Yahushua, that you called Jesus, and you thought he was a white man, and you hated black people, you ain't gonna like that day. That's what it's saying there. Woe unto you that desire that day, at the end for you. The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. As if a man did flee from a lion. Yeah, that's what's happening now. You're trying to flee from these lions, and you're getting yammered by lions. And what else? And flee from a bear, and a bear met him, and went unto the house, and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him. Yeah, you're already getting bitten by serpents. You're getting yammered by bears when you get up too close and personal with your arrogance, thinking that they like you, coming and visiting them in the safari parks. They don't like you. They want you off the planet. As if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him, and went unto the house, and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him. Yeah, you're going to be on the run, Edomites, and you Goyim, you're going to be on the run. All that stock hoarding ain't going to help you when this Jacob's trouble comes, and it kicks in 100%, and it's going to happen. Yeah, in the year 2020, year of prophecy, and we're not far from it now. You know what I'm saying? They're talking about the second wave of the coronavirus come through, and this could be even more strict and more severe. What they're talking about, the second wave of the coronavirus with this lockdown. We know many people are, you know, saying, oh, this thing is just gonna, it's a blowover, and I can't wait till the lockdown's over so that I can go to the pub and get drunk with my mates. I hear these people talking, these Edomites. I hear them talking, so I can go to the pub and get shit faced with my mates. And there's a lot of Edomites talking like that. Yeah, we're gonna come to the pub with me so we can go and get slaughtered when the lockdown's over. That's all they think about. That's all they talk about, man. Carnal things. Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness? Amos 5 and 20. And not light, even very, very dark, and not bright, and no brightness in it. Yeah, you're gonna try and flee. Everywhere you try and go, you're gonna be pursued by a lion and tigers and bears. Oh my, and serpents. Just to add the icing on the cake, serpents too. So we're gonna get one more precept, because we're gonna be in league. We're gonna be in league, man. Yeah, the animals are ready. They're ready. When they see us, they say, come on, Jacob, let's get this thing popping. They want us to be in rulership, because they know we're the true judges of the earth, and we're going to bring judgment, true justice and judgment. And that's the title of this video. I'm going to title it, True Justice and Judgment is Going All Around the Earth. last precept to end off the video. Wisdom of Solomon 7. Start from 17. It says, "For he hath given me certain knowledge of the things that are, namely to know how the world was made, the operations of all the elements." Yes, Solomon. This was Solomon, but this is going to include all the elect, the saints of the earth. You know, the saintly ones, which we've been very, very patient. Like we looked up the word saints, virtuous person. As a matter of fact, we can just take another look at that. It's worth it. Yeah, a very virtuous and kind or patient person, and that's the word under the word saints, right? A person acknowledged as a holy or virtuous and regarded in the Christian faith as being in heaven after death. So as we said, the saints, Daniel chapter 7 verse 18 says, the saints shall take the kingdom. So we're going to take the kingdom. We're going to be dwelling in heaven on earth. We're going to be living in heaven on earth, and all the animals are going to feel like they're in heaven too. They ain't going to be lashing out and attacking like what they're doing to you Goyim and you Edomites. A very virtuous and kind or patient person, and as it mentions in Revelation 9 and 13, this, for you that have the patience and patience of the saints who wait patiently. Yeah, we've been waiting very patiently, man. You know, as a matter of fact, I don't get that. Revelation 9. Now it's Revelation 13. Switch it up. Right. 13 and 9. He says, "If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth unto captivity," that's the wicked, you wicked on this planet doing your wickedness. You're oppressing the animals, you're oppressing the fishes in the sea, you're oppressing the birds in the sky, falling out of the sky because you're messing up their navigation, putting all the chemtrails in the sky, and all these G5 and all this G5 and G4 with all the radiation. So if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth unto captivity shall go unto captivity. You're messing up all the birds in the sky, the fish in the sea, the animals on the earth, the lions and tigers and bears and serpents. Oh my! Go into captivity. He that leadeth into captivity with the sword must be killed with the sword. Let me take my time and go back to the top. Revelation 13 and 10 says, "He that leadeth unto captivity shall go unto captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword." Here is the patience and the faith of the saints, and we are the saints. So that brings me back to Wisdom of Solomon 7. "For he hath given me certain knowledge and of the things that are, namely to know how the world was made, the operations of the elements." Right, and we brought that out also in Beware of the Angel of Death, one of my previous videos. The beginning and the endings of the midst of the times, the alterations of the turning of the sun and the changes of seasons, because we're going to be able to manipulate them, understand all the elements and manipulate all the elements, understand the past, present and future, time, being able to see what's going to happen, which we're doing now via the scriptures, but on a whole level, on a spiritual power level. The beginning endings of the midst of the times, the alterations of the turning of the sun and the changes of seasons, the circuit of years, the position of the stars. We do that now to a certain extent. The nature of the living creatures. On a low level we have that spiritual power, and it says the nature of the living creatures, right? That's being in league with the living creatures. As it goes on to say, the furies of the wild beasts, the violence of the wind, and the reasoning of men, psychology, understanding the psyche of men, and the psyche of the beast. The adversities, diversities, take your time, the diversities of plants, the virtues of the roots, and all such things are either sacred or manifest, them I know. Right, and we're gonna get that, and that spiritual power on a large scale. Yeah, being able to understand and manipulate all the elements. So, like I say, the children of Yahshua Allah, we're going to bring justice and judgment all around the earth, which is happening now on a lower scale, but it's going to pick up the momentum. And the Most High is sending the angels going over our houses. Brothers are seeing them. I'm seeing them regular coming over the house, beaming up. This week has been a busy week of seeing chariots, and I know that it's just a small thing and a little taste of what's to come. So I want to end off the video now and give all praises to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahushua by Hashem, Harakah Kodash, and the water to Yahushua for giving me the spirit to do this video. Shalak Ram be upon all the wicked, what they've done to us, past, present and future, and with this COVID-19 and all the plagues they're putting out there, may it all come back and fall upon their own head through the power and spirit of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. To water for him I pray to Aman. Shalom to all Yakyam.